Mm. Okay, I've tried just dropping Restream and going straight to YouTube right now. Issues I don't really have YouTube chat at the moment. I'm gonna try to see if I can do something about that. Yeah, just get a chat disabled for this live stream. In my widget. Okay, I just brought out the chat window itself. Actually, I have to also toggle this from top chat to live chat. There is a difference, but not much of one. Well, that should have taken us to, yes, refresh. And no Meso Endless. There's Meso Exterminate, which is second best. You know, if anyone's there, like if Schmidt is back and he's already commented, just ping me in fucking town square because I have seen nothing on YouTube chat at the moment.
Eliminate all Corpus threats.
Corpus technology won't be enough to stop us.
No, wait.
Void fissures. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury?
I'm sorry, this does what damage?
You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. The enemies are dropping reactant. You are going to need more reactant. Want to open that relic.
I don't even see the mag swap. Does he just spin it?
Heavy robotic signature detected. Lock and load. been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Might just spin it. Hmm.
Broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction. Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
At the very least, restream servers are acting up. Seems like. In 6 minutes. So, that's alright. I still don't know if, like, if the chat's right and proper, though. I also have to wonder if this 2 concurrent viewers includes me or not. Well, chat be popped out again because I prefer popped out. I can make it a column. I go back to E4 and I'm just trying to strike gold without really doing anything, and I haven't looked at traces yet. Yeah, there wasn't much reason for me to stream Twitch or DLive. I get no one on DLive. Twitch is once in a blue moon. YouTube gives me you guys. So. Yeah, may as well just stream exclusively to YouTube. I've been thinking about this for a bit, because get 80% of viewership and 20% of the place, then cut out the other 80% that's doing nothing. Even if YouTube isn't a creator-friendly platform. Frankly, DLive would be the creator-friendly platform, but they're... I guess I can just drop Twitch from the restream. Or maybe I can... Yeah, that depends, I think. I think I'll try streaming to one platform unless something... Unless something... Oh, right. Oh, yeah, honestly, I just remembered. Plus, I can't watch without YouTube's whole DVR feature.
Extraction.
That kind of means I can't not stream to YouTube. Wow, I am a slow one, huh? Uh-huh. I guess I'll go for another Rivara then.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Oh, 998. Alright. Good amount of traces. Good amount of traces. Yeah, connection's actually been solid. Like, solid green. Good bit rate. Hopefully it doesn't tank as soon as I say that.
Eliminate all Corpus threats.
These corpus remind me of the Orokin. Selfish, greedy.
Void fissures. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. Use that reactant to open a relic. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant. You're still in the clear. No detection from enemy sensors. That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Yeah, I think from here on I'm just going to stream directly to YouTube. I don't have to worry about mainly saying Twitch. Yeah, hi Spliff. So I just dropped Restream and now I'm going straight to YouTube, so I can actually see your South Park
The enemy is
uh,
broken.
avatar.
Now get to extraction.
Connection's been fairly stable. I fell off that ledge because I was looking away to chat, or rather to bitrate specifically. Alright. So now I'm thinking that it was a Restream server issue, which has happened occasionally.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
By occasionally, I mean rarely. Yes, that's Hydroid. I even have... I should have his 4 by now, shouldn't I? Hmm. Can't make a mess in the orbiter. Uh... Yeah, let's do it. Go with Grenier instead of Corpus.
There is a large
So there's
leave
2,
The Grenier
it's
did
3.
but now all they make is war.
I'll have to actually, like, get some enemies that aren't dead. Use this 3 to fully... Oh, there's that.
We're near a fissure.
Oh, no energy.
Reactant. Use it to crack open a relic.
Oh, there goes that.
Don't forget the reactant. You need more to open that relic.
Oh, I have a little bit.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Alright, so this is
You're still in the clear. No detection.
water-based artillery. Because of whatever. Really hard pelting water. And then his 4 I haven't used myself yet, but I've most certainly seen it. If I had, like, defense or survival, I'd get much better use out of it. Exterminate, they're all just gone by the time I get to... As I was saying that, they're all just gone.
Distraction.
I mean, there still are 2 people, like, behind me. Oh, hey, organ cells. Cool. Jesus, how far... MR30, of course. Actually, that is a bit surprising. So yeah, that's his 4. Someone's a Kraken. This water pool, basically, it sucks in enemies to drown them, so, like, it's just a thin puddle of water to anybody except for enemies, to which it is a bottomless ocean. From where you will never escape. Oh, I can combine that to move faster with it. That's actually good to know. Doesn't exit it. And this I can charge to, you know, hit fast, hit harder. Oh, only 3 of us got... Oh. Oh my. Yeah, that's MR30. Yeah, so MR30s are... They're a mixed bag. Like a real genuine mixed bag. When you get an MR30 in a pug, it's a 50-50 chance they're either really good at the game or they're really bad at the game. And you don't know which. If it's just MR29, they're probably really good at the game. 27, 28, 26 are all probably really good at the game. But like a 30, you really can't tell if there's someone who's hit MR30 and is therefore incredibly good at the game, or if they've been on hiatus for 5 years and have no fucking clue what they're doing. Maybe the bounty account. I mean, that's also an option, but I'd rather think they didn't do that. Because MR30 is very hard to get in this. You have to master everything in the game to hit MR30. Which includes the event exclusive stuff, so like you have to be here for all of the seasonal events. Yeah, he has a augment that I have equipped, which increases loot drop from enemies that are killed by the Kraken. So he's pretty good for survival and defense, and maybe even excavation, where you have to stay in one location. But like exterminate here, Hydra's not that great. This is kind of his only useful move, maybe. Doesn't really do that much damage. It's just CC. Out of energy already. Yeah, you'll see mostly his 3 and 4 from Hydroid players. Oh, somebody else's Hydroid.
Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Okay. Because you can use his 3 to power up his 4. That's kind of the main gist of it. Below, okay. Wait, can I charge that up? Oh, I can.
Well done. Now get to extraction.
Cool. Oh, sweet, Ash Prime. That saved me some plat. So I was gonna buy Ash Prime at some point.
Another job well executed.
Yeah, like a good. I think kind of depends actually how they build it, but like some good Ash Prime builds will look like they're just standing there, and everything around them dies. And I mean, you might think, oh, maybe they just kill things so fast. No, it's a their 4 is literally they just it's a toggle where you know they, I'll just show it, I guess. And there should be a video on that actually, because all the abilities have videos. I think. Yeah, I think they do. Maybe not for Lavos, but then I remembered, yes, for Lavos. Lavos even has videos as well. He's the newest frame, so they definitely have videos for Ash. Blaze Storm. So, yeah, it's just that you hit this, it becomes a toggle, so now all the enemies that you look at get highlighted, and then you hit the toggle again, and then just some shadow clones of yourself go in and assassinate all of them. So, like, an Ash build that's built around Blade Storm is just going to be standing there, and everything around them dies. Like, it's going to look like they're doing absolutely nothing, and then they'll have the highest DPS on the entire team. They aren't even firing their gun or using their melee, they're just kind of standing there looking at things. And what's fun about Blaze Storm is that if after it starts, you then cast Teleport, you'll actually join in on the with your shadow clones and assassinating everything that you have marked. The other thing you'll see from Ash is Smokescreen, because that just makes him invisible, and stealth frames used to be the meta before they made upfront combat a lot easier. Still is useful though, because he has full mobility during invis. It's short duration though. Shuriken, I've read about in wiki comments, but I haven't really seen it because I don't see Ash that often. But apparently, if you get the augment for Shuriken, it can strip enemy armor to like nothing. Which is very useful because enemy armor in like level 100 plus enemies is like 90% damage reduction. So if you can strip that, you can actually cause them harm. And teleport is, in of itself, it can allow you to easily get stealth finishers because you can just, nothing personnel, kid. Getting these components though is hard. Regular Ash, that is. For Ash Prime, you can buy them, but for regular Ash, on Grenier missions, if you trigger an alarm, there's a chance that a Grenier Maniac will spawn, and the Grenier Maniac has a chance of dropping an Ash part. So it's best on survival because the alarms are always active, but they tend to target lone Tenno, so you have to separate yourself from your group if you intend to farm Maniacs. For Ash parts, that is. If you intend to farm for just Maniacs, like you have to do for a certain quest, then there's a boss that spawns a unique type of Maniac that's guaranteed to spawn, so good farming for it, but they don't drop any Ash parts. Not good for Ash farming. So basically, if you want to get Ash, I'd say do survival against Grenier and separate yourself from the group. That and disruption, I think. If you get the pack hunters, the wiki. I'm just saying what I've said off the wiki. If you get the pack hunters modifier on Grenier disruption, then that also happens to increase the maniac spawn rate. So you get that modifier, and then you fail the defense, so it becomes permanent, at least until the next round. So you can get more and more maniacs to farm. I did it just with, like, I guess, keeping an eye out for maniacs and I guess doing survival. I don't think I ever actively farmed Ash, but I kept an eye out for maniacs. If I did actively farm for Ash, it would have been for like the final part, because that tends to happen a lot with frames and me. Is I'm just like, oh hey, I have 3 out of 4 parts needed for this frame. Let's farm the last one. So yeah, eventually I get Ash Prime, and then I might start using Ash more. Or not. I don't know. Prime doesn't guarantee I'll use them like Titania. I used to use Titania a lot, my first Prime frame. Now I kind of forget that I even have her.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marine stationed.
Hi there, Volt Buff. Oh wait, that's the wrong gun.
Grenier deteriorate over time.
That's the right gun.
That makes them violent.
Yeah, it's a training loadout, so I carry one max rank item with me, whether that be a frame or a weapon. I mean, excluding the pet. The pet's always max rank.
There are void fissures in the
That's because if things go south, like they did once. One time I was doing a Neo defense to train, and I got disconnected from the group, so I had to do the defense solo with training gear. And training gear,
The reactant is working on your relic.
I mean,
Find more.
maybe you have a meta weapon, and it's pretty good. Other times you have an incredibly bad weapon, and I failed the defense. Luckily, I kept the Void Relic loot, but I lost everything else because it was mission failed. And since then, I always keep a max rank item that's like good with me, which in this case is the Cedo. So that way, if things do turn south like that again, I can handle it somehow. Somehow. Now, for training purposes, though, it's honestly suboptimal because when an ally kills a thing, it's 25% affinity to your frame, and 75% split evenly between all of your weapons. So having a max rank weapon is just, it's leeching 25% of the XP that I'm getting from their kills, giving me nothing. I'm willing to accept that slower affinity gain, because it means I don't have to risk failing a mission. If Comcast really drops the ball.
The enemy is broken.
Or I guess in this case it was Restream.
To extraction.
If you're doing like Life Fissures, honestly, you're probably doing something else that's not Fissures for training. Or maybe you do. Or maybe you aren't even at that point yet, because I think you're like MR1 still. Oh, hello there, Gold. This is why I just run a bunch of intacts. It's a 2% chance. And I'm not spending any Void Traces, but you get lucky.
Mission
And there you go.
excellent work, Tenno.
Equinox Prime Systems. Yeah, just to reiterate, I'm gonna drop Restream and just stream directly to YouTube from here on. Jaw Sword. It's a unique sword. I think it does most... No, it's still slash damage. Interesting. I remember hearing or reading that it was mostly puncture damage, which is an outlier for swords. Actually, let's check where you're at. You are not playing right now. How unfortunate. A lot of these people I don't actually keep in contact with. It's... in fact, a good number of them I've forgotten who they are, because it's mostly people that you're friendly with for like one session. They're like, you know what, I'm gonna add you as a friend because you've been nice to me. I'm like, okay. And we don't play with each other again, because that's not really what friends are. Oh, dude, there's like... Oh boy, are there actually bad frames? I know that there is a frame and like a single frame that people find bad. But even then, everybody still agrees that frame is fun, even if it is bad. By the way, it's Grendel, who is one of the hardest frames to get, but like, he's a fat man and he eats enemies, and like, it's super fun playing as him, but he's not good. Everything else is just varying degrees of good, I suppose. So it's like, what do you find fun? You can get all the frames, obviously, but you have to spend plat to get the Warframe slots, so that's the one impedance, aside from the grind.
Order seems to have misplaced those memories.
I'd say just play, because it's going to be a while before you get your next Warframe. I say that because, what was it? Some frames you get from quests. Yeah. Yeah, you can't get him until you complete the star chart. Like, you can't even have a chance of getting him until you complete the star chart. Because he's... what was it? You have to... In arbitration rewards, there are Grendel part locators. So you have to buy those with the arbitration currency. And then do another mission. Then find the Grendel part. But you can't even do arbitrations. Like, you're not even allowed to do arbitrations until you complete the star chart. So, until you, like, do Sedna, Phobos, Eris, Pluto, and all the other planets and moons and other celestial bodies on the star chart. So, don't even think about Snowframe. It'll be a long while. It could be a week if you really bum rush the star chart, but that's up to you. I chose to complete every node on a planet before I moved on. You could decide just to beeline it straight to each of the junctions and go straight through there, because, again, you can do it in a week if you do that. You won't be that experienced or skilled at the game, but you'll have the star chart done. Wait, wait. Arbitration requires you complete every node at least once, not just get every planet. So never mind, you have to do every node. Alright, so, complete it at your own pace. It'll be a long ass time before you get the star. Why am I on the star chart again, though? Here's arbitration. Oh, okay. Atlas is one you rarely see. He was a bit of fun to play. His 2, I don't think is that good. In fact, I think one of the worst frames is Banshee, but even she is useful. Has her use. Primarily it's sonar. Because sonar creates these weak spots. Yeah, those glowing weak spots there. And the thing is, if you get the Proboscis Ceranos, this thing shoots an arrow that shoots out tentacles, and those tentacles always target weak spots, which include the weak spots from sonar. So you just blast sonar and get an augment, so that way when you kill something with a sonar weak spot, it then creates a little mini sonar from the corpse that infects more enemies with sonar. So it just kind of keeps self-perpetuating until the duration runs out. So, you know, he uses bow with Banshee, and she's actually pretty good. Other than that, Silence, I mean, a bit of a stun, and it muffles everything you do. So, I mean, the stun's a little helpful. Sonic Boom is pretty not good. No damage, and it just knocks down. And then Soundquake is... this... Does it do damage? That's not good damage, especially for a 4. That's like the kind of damage that would be low for a 1, not a 4. And other than that, it just kind of staggers the enemy. And the worst part about it is every single one of her abilities is a full body cast, which means you can't move at all while you're using her abilities. Unlike with Excalibur, or Mag, or Volt, or almost every other frame, you cast an ability. Some of them, the really powerful ones, do a full body cast where you're locked in place. Other ones are two-handed where you have to stop what you're doing but you can still move. And then there's one-handed where you just keep doing what you're doing and just cast the ability on the side. But Banshees, they're all full body casts, and like only 2 of them are at least somewhat useful. Atlas. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, I knew it wasn't the original color scheme, but I was wondering just how close to the original it was. Landslide. This one's fun. Yeah, you just punch people with rock hands. And if you combine it with Petrify, it deals more damage. And there's an augment for Petrify where like petrified enemies drop more loot. So that's nice. Tectonics is a bit eh. This is like his at least overtly useful ability. You may be able to find some clever uses. It is a wall. It does help, but it's a small wall. Even if it is durable, it doesn't cover that much area, so you can't really use it to defend the objective. And then, of course, you can send it away to roll it away like a giant ass boulder. You can also use Petrify on it to make it stronger. And there's Rumblers, which just summons stone golems to fight with you. And then his little side mechanic, his passive, is that basically all of his abilities, like his 4 and his 3 and maybe even his 1 or 2, definitely his 3 and 4 though, they generate these rubble from enemies that basically when you pick that up, it heals you and gives you armor, which is damage reduction for your health. I think it decays over time, or maybe it decays on hit. Maybe it's both, but like you basically can keep going. It is self-healing by killing things. Yeah, gosh, what augments were there? Oh, I don't have augments for Atlas yet. Because there's one that... by the sound of it.
These may help the flow.
Oh yeah, here's the Shuriken augment. Reduces the armor by 70% for 8 seconds. Alright. There's your armor strip. You can make teleport, like start this stealth finisher instead of you having to teleport to them and then manually do it. Potentially fail. Here's Alice. Oh. Oh, hello. Landslide, right? That's his first ability, I think. Okay, that's how you get multiple walls. Okay, so if one lets you do multiple walls, you can actually cover a decent area. And maybe defend an objective with them. Landslide, I think that's his punches. So you leave a trail behind that petrifies, which will... Because, like, your punches do double damage to petrified enemies. So you want to petrify them first, and then do that. And there's Orgaze, which is the more loot thing. And then scanning the Codex. That's cool. And Titanic Rumbler. Create a single Rumbler with triple health and triple damage, reactivating cost point for... Okay. Here we are, or something. When over 1400 rubble. Huh. Landslide's just better. I feel like there was one that let him become a Rumbler, though. Maybe I'm almost clearly misremembering at this point. But I kind of remember there being one that said, like, equip this, and when he summons a Rumbler, he becomes one himself. Oh well. He can get, like, Atlas for, like, 34 plat or around there right now. Because he's unvaulted. Oh, right. There's Hydrate. I could bring the... Actually, I probably should just to show you what it is. This is a meta weapon, by the way. I don't know how you feel about using meta weapons. Just thought I'd point that out. Alright, I should also check if I can make Equinox. If I can make Equinox Prime, then that means I can sell her. As I've said, it's more plat if you sell the sets for most things. Okay, we have blueprint, neuroptics, chassis, and systems. That's it. Can sell Equinox Prime later. He's also like 30 plat right now. I might just hold on to the set and wait until she gets vaulted. And the price will start raising. Because when a frame's been vaulted for, I think it's been like 3 or 4 months is what I heard, is how long it takes for the price to rise to over 100 plat. It takes a while for the prices of things to rise up. Like a one-off from Chroma Prime and Mesa Prime. They're already vaulted. But I'm like, I just got them because some people have vaulted relics and just run them in randoms because fuck it, why not? So I'm missing just systems from Chroma, and I could sell a set. But I can't get that myself. I just have to, like, randomly come across someone who's running systems and gets it. And I can take their systems with me. Oh, right, I forgot to check how far you are. This whole thing. Let's see. Oh, yeah, you're still on R1. not sure why that's 98.7% when it's the only weapon you have. I don't get that. Maybe it's because you get the primary first on the secondary. You have played for 2.5 hours. Or, the game rounds it up to 3 hours. Okay. A little disbelief I'm at MR24 already. It really does. It's really something. Yeah, Axolotl have been like my go-to secondary for a long-ass time now. I got a good ribbon for him. 3 hour Andy. I have played, according to this, 677 hours, or 28 days, which is like half of what Steam says, so I'm guessing this doesn't count like Orbiter time, and Steam does. That's kind of one of the reasons I don't fully trust the played time, because especially for lifestyle games like these, I do tend to just kind of AFK and leave the game on. That definitely adds to the hours played. Quote-unquote played. Let's see, Baza Prime, Axolotl Prime, Dakra Prime, Avara Prime, Panzer Volpaphyla, and Death Machine Rifle. Sentinel Weapon, okay. I don't use Dakra Prime too much these days. I think I used to, because it's a very stylish looking sword, but then I got the Eisen skin, and before that I even got a very good ribbon for the Pangolin Prime. So now my Dakra Prime does have a ribbon for it, but it's not as good as the Pangolin's ribbon. It's a heavy attack build now. I use it for a couple of things, but not a lot. Okay. Meso Exterminate. I'll roll for Equinox Systems 2 more times. Some more sets is good. Ah, okay. Well, now you could play on stream with me. Or not, you can do your own thing. Yeah, I'll follow you around for a bit. There's not too much extrinsically in it for me. I'm just helping you out. Because, like, wherever you are, I probably have everything you can get in there in terms of drops in abundance.
Weapons, crude and dangerous, just like the Grenier.
Watch out.
Okay.
Detecting void
So-
fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic?
Oh. Oh. Oh, that's Equinox, isn't it? Either that's lag or that's Equinox. I can't tell which. Yeah, I'd say that's lag. They aren't really showing up.
A fissure.
Or not. Could be Equinox. Both?
Dropping reactant. Use it to
Maybe it's
form
both.
a relic. You are going to need more reactant.
Yeah, so if you shot the tendrils there, they're kind of weak, so they die to the tendrils, but those deal damage, and it pulls them in. Yeah, it pulls them towards the arrow, and then the arrow explodes. That's what the Proboscis Ceranos does, and the tentacles always target weak spots. So it synergizes very well with Banshee's sonar. It's also just very good on its own, because that's just how it is, but, you know.
To find out what's inside.
Oh yeah, the void buffs. Basically, you see this yellow glow thing on my bow. If it's on one of your secondary primary, that's 100% ammo efficiency for however long the buff lasts. The higher tier the fisher, the longer it lasts. And that basically means you have infinite ammo for however long the buff is. I know for Warframe, it's double ability strength and double ability range, which can lead to some very ridiculous stuff if you have a Warframe that scales that does well with those two stats. And I forget what melee is, honestly. What melee gets from the buff. It might be attack speed, might be crit rate or combo something.
Another successful mission.
I really don't know. Huh, that's true. I mean, you can still play with you. Or just you can't talk, I guess. One day these days I'll have Volt Prime. Alright, let's see. I'll go take the Bronco. I say one of these days because, like, you only get the relics that Volt Prime comes from. You can only get from Barrow-Kitir, who appears once every 2 weeks, and it's random when his stock brings. And the thing is, for some reason, he hasn't brought the relics that Volt's systems and blueprints come in for 2 years. As in, those parts you haven't been able to get for 2 years now. RNG or glitch, who can say? But because of that, Volt Prime is very expensive. I think it's like 90 or 100 plat for one part of his. Yeah. Slightly realize it myself. Yeah, let me actually check that price. Okay. You, so you can see with me. So, Volt Prime. So the set is actually surprisingly cheap. It's like 170, which is average. That's what like a vaulted Prime set should cost. The neuroptics and chassis I've got because I was able to get them when Barracuda brought them. It's like 10 plat for that. Then you go into systems, which haven't been around for a while, and it's like 45, 50, 50. Blueprint is then like 80 plat. I might buy one of these right now, to be honest. Depends how cheap they are relative to like 30 or 40, 45, and the cheapest is 45. I'll try in the morning. Or rather, 5 days ago, 4 days, 7 hours. It's like midday. 3 hours ago. Okay, so if I try around midday, I can probably get some cheaper prices. Midday to morning. What about the blueprint? This guy's probably been... Yeah. Yeah. 2 years ago. I see now. The heck? Are you online? No, you're offline. Why did it say last seen now? I'll try it. Honestly, offline tends to mean they're actually offline. Yeah, actually offline. You have to manually set your setting on here, so some people kind of forget. So we're talking like 55 then, for what's actually, or 60. Which is still a lot less than 80. I'll sell it for 70, honestly. 10 plat less than what I'm seeing now is that's good enough of a deal. But yeah, getting Volt Prime is... It's a deal. It's an ordeal. Volt itself is very useful, though. I know I'm talking about prime frames a lot, but like prime, How to explain it? Prime frame, they look different, and they're slightly better. They're the only thing prime frames can have better than the originals are armor, energy, health, shield, sprint speed, and mod polarities. That's it. Abilities are the same. These duration, efficiency, range, strength stats are the same. Yeah, it's just like slightly better stats and like this stuff, and better mod polarities and different appearance. Which I mean, you can also like deny, by the way. If I go into Ivara, because you can use her prime appearance or regular if you've had them. If you had the regular as well at some point. So regular Ivara looks like so. Yeah, because they're slightly better, and they'll end up replacing your regular versions. We tend to save things like yeah. Wait, what the heck? Oh, that was random. I don't know what the heck Y was. Yeah, Y is random. Wow, that had a lot of stuff. Oh. No, I'll just copy main colors, attachments, Saitana. Y is like normally the go to upgrade section so I can see my mods and stuff, but not on the window right now where that would be a thing, so, you know. Oh, it's been... Oh wait, Assassin Sigil. Still, that's cool. That's cool. I'll just have to change this back then. To, I guess, Classic? Yeah, it's bare. You can't even really see it. It should be around here. It's kind of why I choose a dark color with, like, no alpha. Pretty good. Actually, default properties. Now you can see it. Minimize that to make it as small as possible. And then... Yeah, I guess I'll just go max height. And then alpha 0. And there we are. Oh, you need to equip those sigils, by the way, in order to gain reputation with the Syndicate. That's why I have them. But yeah, here we are. Now Y is upgrade. So, Potato, also known as an Orokin Reactor or Orokin Catalyst for weapons. Basically, we don't install, because there's Prime versions that are slightly better than the regular ones, and you're going to toss away the regular ones once you get the Prime version. We tend to only install potatoes on the Prime versions. And the potatoes double the mod capacity, so, you know, you can install a lot more mods and actually use all 8 slots. That's kind of it for Prime. Like, if you really don't care, or if you just have the plat to burn, then, like, feel free to, like, potato regular Volt. Because you're not losing out on ability power or anything. You just add in, like, a couple foremost, change some polarities, and potato to increase mod capacity, and all you're really missing at that point is maybe some armor or some energy or something. Nothing too big at that point. Over the Prime version. But of course, once you get the Prime version, you've then just spent all this Forma and potatoes, which are very valuable resources, on something you're now going to not really use again. It's kind of why the non-Prime frames tend to be a lot weaker, because we haven't installed the things that make them strong. Anywho, back to the Cedo. You need to be MR8 to use the Cedo, by the way, otherwise I would have bought you one, because they're kind of cheap right now. Actually, no, they're pretty cheap right now. It's like 10 plat, I think, for a set. I'm saving one for Sobit, because I did that, and I guess I could Wouldn't be that much to buy another one for you. But you gotta be MR8 to have it, so I'll wait until you're closer to it. Unless you buy it yourself. Unless you surprise me and buy it yourself. Alright, last round the E4. Yep. We'll say these Void Fissures are your best bet for earning plat for a long while. Because if you want to earn good plat, you gotta either sell mods that people want or sell prime parts, because people really want prime parts since they're very RNG to get. And rare mods that people don't have and want, you're not going to get until very late in the star chart, so your best bet for consistent plat is prime parts.
Void fissures. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury?
Maybe you save for sets, maybe you sell the parts as soon as you get them. That's up to you.
Keep fighting. Look for more.
You'll get more plat overall if you wait to sell the set, but you have to wait to get the set. And then you have to find someone to buy it, which shouldn't be too hard, because especially prime frames, those are in high demand. Prime weapons, it kind of varies. If the weapon's good, or if it's new, then people want it still. Some other times you could have a prime weapon set and not sell it for like weeks. Worth like 10 plat or something. Oh, and the first 50 plat you get can't be traded, by the way. So like, just use that on things that you have to spend plat on, like inventory slots. For actual like trading to other players plat, you'll either have to buy that with real cash if you... You'll be highly tempted to, I know that. I was, but I was poor enough to not... for that to not be an option. So... you don't need to spend plat on the game. Just to sell things to other players who have spent plat on the game. That was fast. That's a volt for you, though. Ooh, actually... no, I'll go for Wukong. Wukong's a more... I don't know if Tekko Prime will sell.
Excellent work, Tenno.
I really don't know. So it used to not bother with prime weapons, but some of them really do sell well. And high, too. Like, some of them even higher than prime frames. But it genuinely does vary wildly on the weapons, as opposed to prime frames, which tend to be in high demand, period. Oh, has the Kuga flood changed? Yeah, it has. Alright, I'll go on Kuga flood. Oh man, the connection's so much better. It's definitely a restream thing. Yeah, I'll bring Swordy, but it is Hive. It's Hive. Not sure which one to bring for Hive. Gauss. I'll just do Gauss. So the level 100 enemies, that's... I don't think Saltro's kitted out for that. I need to form this thing a lot. Pseudo, though. Pseudo's good. Just as is, because it's fucking Pseudo. Next round we're having a little fun with.
Operator, you have remembered well how the Tenno arm themselves.
Alright, let's run this Koopa Flood. The ribbons are something you'll start getting very late into the star chart. Very, very late. Randomly generated mods for specific weapons. And you use Kuva to re-roll them. Re-roll the stats on them, just in case they're, you know, bad stats.
No time to ask questions. Destroy that thing.
That was a close one.
Alright. Now all the tubbos are taken care of.
You're snoring, dreamer. My machines are tougher than that.
Okay, glad I got back. These guys do not know where the clouds are coming from, do they? Oh my god, one guy's even attacking the siphon itself? Oh. Oh, that's not good.
Only attack when it senses high concentrations.
So I'm it, and I can only count on myself.
Let's go on the offensive.
Look, I'm not gonna fucking res you.
What a waste.
I'm not... Okay, it's the dog. I'll res the dog. The dog is worth more than the player.
A hive is nearby. Be on alert. There's no way to know how the infestation will react to this hive's destruction.
No! Protect the siphon!
Oh, let the siphon be destroyed. I need Kuva. Or rather, I want Kuva. I can honestly deal with the ribbons I've got.
You useless balls of festering flesh! You let them destroy my Kuva siphon.
And they also let the alarms fucking time out. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, at least there's an alarm thing in here. Okay. Yeah, if you leave the alarms on in a mission for long enough, it locks all the doors. So, it's like... The door lights will turn yellow instead of green or red. Are we octopods? Oh, just one shot.
You are near a hive. Destroy the tumor nodes to make the hive vulnerable.
Where else? Oh, okay, cool.
The hive is vulnerable.
Okay. Alright. No, no thanks, Lotus. I mean, yes, you can get some really good stuff from here, but you need an average of 200 runs. 200 perfect runs in order to actually get that good stuff. So no thanks. Plus I don't like the guys I'm paired with. Maybe they're nice people, but they're definitely not skilled people.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
60% of damage dealt. Of course, that's just what Gauss does at this point. It's really good. It's really, really good. I like Gauss. Except for 2. Now then, back to training. Aw, not online, Smith. When I heard grind time, I thought that's what you meant. Just gonna hop into game with you. Oh well. Do that, I guess, in like 10 minutes. Okay. Wait, how'd you get Rhino? Rhino is usually the second frame people get, because it seems to be kind of just recommended by the community, but just like as a tradition, as opposed to, I think, any real reason to it. So, is there even a boss? Oh. Oh, is it Fosa? Hold on. I gotta... Because most assassination missions, not every, but most, like maybe all but 1 or 2, drop Warframe parts. So, I can get... Oh wait, I already have an assassination tab up, don't I? Yeah, I do. So I was farming some of the last frames I don't have. Well, it's actually a lot of frames I don't have, but like some of the last frames from Assassination I don't have. Yeah. Yeah. Fosa is Rhino. Okay. Yeah, so Venus, the very second planet, the boss here, drops Rhino parts. Although if you do the invasion boss, that drops Nyx parts, not Rhino. Just differentiation there. Okay, so you can actually get your second frame fairly early on, I guess. Honestly, I think I was maybe like up to like either Ceres or Jupiter before I got my second frame. I was with Excalibur for a long time. But yeah, you'll be on Earth, and then you go to Venus. Fossa can give you Rhino. Then you can go to Mercury, and there's no frame to get here. Nope, nothing there. Then you can go back to... If you get the Arcwing, you can do Oro, but Oro is very difficult when you first get the Arcwing. Just hit me up for that, because I can make this boss fight tolerable. First time I did that by myself, it took a half hour. I ran out of ammo. It was not a fun time. Now I can kind of take them out pretty quickly, but like, to avoid that experience for yourself, just ask me to come along. So after... Hey, that was Mercury we're last on. So then to Mars, we then have War, which gives you Frost, I think. And I think from then on, each boss will give you Warframe parts. I think. I know Lieutenant, I know Exta gives you some weapon parts. Does it give you... Yeah, Mercury is just a couple of weapons. Venus gives you Rhino. Invasion Assassinations give you Nyx. Oh, Mars gives you Excalibur. Okay. I misremembered that. Mars is Excalibur. Phobos is Mag. Ah, this is where I get Frost. Exo is where I get Frost. Okay. Then Jupiter gives you Valkyr, then Deimos is Necros. The Zombie Meteor, which is a lot harder than the level would suggest. Because I guess the mission nodes are fine, but like Cambion Drift, it says 15 to 30, but expect like once you can handle level 30 to 40 enemies, that's when I think you can handle a Cambion Drift, because this gets the infested there are on a whole other level. What else afterwards? Alright then, Earth gives you Hydroid, which is our little pool of water man. Europus Nova, Saturn's Ember, Uranus is Equinox, Neptune's Loki. Eris gives you Mesa and Atlas as well. Those are two quest-related ones. Eris, right, so you need these Mutalist Allied V coordinates, which you get from invasions. Here, you do these invasions to get the nav coordinates. You can make some keys to go fight the boss. Get a shot at some Mesa stuff, and then the Jordas Golem is a quest. Then we have Sedna, gives you Saren. And I still need to do Hades on Pluto, because I just did not get fucking systems out of this for Trinity. And then there's the second boss, which you only do very later on the star chart. It's the Rhopalolist, Jupiter for Wisp. That's the assassination ones then. There's 44 frames total, so that gives you a good amount of frames. Not all of them. I think that covers it, and it's 2201. So you can get Rhino now on Fossa if you just keep doing the boss fight. And from then you'll have to wait till Mars to get Excalibur. Yeah. So I suppose that's it.